Morgs, when we spoke just before, you said you were taking time to reflect in this close season. There's quite a lot to reflect on from last year, wasn't there?
Yeah, most definitely. What a season it was. From start to finish, it was a memorable season. I'm sure for the football club, for obvious reasons. Obviously, the FA Cup run and the league was one where we had a good season. I thought. Finishing fourth, having a chance of a playoff decider or encounter was most definitely an achievement from the group. The gaffer brought in some players that we needed to gel quickly. We had a lot of injuries through the season, so I think on a collective it was a very good season. Hopefully we can build on that and be better next season.
I suppose that's the key thing to think of also, is that not only have we not had fans in the ground for a season or so before that, you mentioned the injuries. Players played 50-55 games last season, having not finished a full season for a couple of years. All those things factor into that. It was a bit of a crazy time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I can only credit to them, the players, the management staff, how we all gelled together, bonded well, got things right. 85-90% of the time throughout the season, and we've just come short. But I'm hoping that that's just football sometimes, and sometimes you win some, you lose some. But hopefully next season we can go that extra yard.
Yeah. Before we touch on the most important thing of the future, because you can answer this question now, what would you say was kind of your top moment of last season? Would it be, say, the goal against Reading, or one of your league goals, or maybe the West Ham occasion? What tops it for you?
Ooh, what a great question. I think highlight probably was, I'm gonna try and make it as a collective really, rather than about a personal. I'll go personal first. My personal one was obviously the goal against Reading to get us into the fourth round. But as a collective, I think it was just the moment of being out at Edinburgh, to the crowd, everybody watched us on TV, the majority of the country knowing who we are, in fact the world as such. It was broadcasted around the world, and I think that was very important for the football club, and being a part of that was very special, and I think that will hold long in the memory for me.
And now you look back at the Reading goal in particular, because although we spoke about it on the day, there's obviously so much flying around in your mind at the time, you don't really get a chance to look back on it. There was about 2-3 seconds of hysteria where we thought maybe there'd been a goal, but the goal hadn't been awarded. Just talk us through your emotions when you're on the pitch in those milliseconds.
If you could put a word to it, I don't know what that word is, but it's kind of undescribable moment really. You don't really recognise how big that moment was, to be honest. As a striker, every goal is a special moment. So to score a goal which could have created one of the biggest upsets of all time was massive. But yeah, it was a moment where I couldn't describe it myself. It still probably hasn't sunk in yet. Yeah. You just wheel away and celebrate, and everyone jumps on top of you, and then you just have to hold your breath and just try and keep your composure.
Was there a moment or two in the seconds that we talk about there where you thought it might not have been given? Because I mean, it was a goal, it was over the line, but I mean, it was a tight call, wasn't it? Did you ever think it might not go your way?
Yeah, but I mean, for me, as you know me, if I think something's over the line or whatnot, I'll get up and wheel away and celebrate. That's what strikers do. If it comes off your toe or any part of your body, you're gonna take it. And obviously we haven't got VAR at this level, but obviously one of them things that you just have to try and trust the officials, and they got it right on the day.
And I guess looking forward now, the key thing is for everyone involved in the group is that as good as last season was, it's kind of the stepping stone and the building blocks to even bigger things now, isn't it?
Most definitely. It's one where we know what this club needs, we know what this club wants, we know where this club belongs, and me as an experienced pro now needs to just try and at least show everybody or tell everybody how how this club has been waiting a long time to get out of this football, to get out of this league, and I'm sure hard work, sweat, tears, whatever it might take to get over the line, I'm raring to go, and hopefully the boys are too.
There's lots of work going on now. You're even in kind of we're at the 1st of June. You popped in to keep yourself ticking over. I suppose it never really stops.
No, it doesn't stop. As you say, we was just counting up how many seasons I've done it now. It's been a long career, and these things are where you've got to try and do every little thing that you can for making sure that you are ready for pre-season, because that's a really important time in the player's season, making sure that you've got all the fundamentals ready in your body to have a long, hard graft of a season, and if you can give yourself the best possible chance, then why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and the 3 new players so far in CFC, say Tom Owen Evans and Nathan Lowe, players you've come across in National League North over the last year or two, and Nathan Lowe in particular, a lad you know well? Yeah,
funny enough, just kind of bumped into him, just purely through football, to be honest, and we've got on really well, and I was delighted to hear that he wanted to be here, and that the manager's got him over the line, and I've been in touch with him ever since, and yeah, he can't wait to get started, and I can't wait to play on the pitch with him.
And what does he bring? Because players know players.
Yeah, I think first and foremost he'll bring a different kind of character and energy to the group, which is important. I think sometimes as a player, everyone just wants to see what they are, what they're like on the pitch, but I think he'll bring definitely a lot of quality on the pitch. I know he's very, very technical in that sense. I've said to him already, I want 10 assists from you already, so he said no problem, sir. So I think from me knowing him, his character is one thing that will stand out for me, and that will bring the group together, I'm sure.
And I guess from your own point of view, you want to set similar and even better targets for yourself, because you had a good, in terms of your last full seasons, a good scoring run at Alfreton before you came back here, a good return in front of goal last season. I guess it's only ever looking up, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm one where I always want to do better, and I definitely want to do better than last season. And like you said, it was a good return, but for me, it's obviously just being a player where you can do everything for the team, to be honest, and if goals come along the way, then they do. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying to build on the goals that I'd scored last season.
And as a group collectively, I suppose the country, and especially nationally, North will expect big things from Kidderminster next season because of the season that we've all enjoyed, and up to the lads, I suppose, to try and carry that pressure and channel it into a positive.
Yeah, I mean, expectations gone through the roof now, like you've touched on. But it's like for players like myself to try and get the lads level-headed. Let's not get carried away. Let's take each game as it comes, which is the old cliche, but we have to do that. We can't look too far ahead. And I'm sure Jim and the gaffer will definitely settle us down, and take each part of the season time by time, and hopefully we can get to that end product and get that promotion that we all want.
Yeah, I think every club and every fan starts a season wanting to succeed and to be towards the top end of the season, and that's how it should be, isn't it? You should always be aiming for the top.
Yeah, I mean, we as players, we've connected well with the fans first and foremost. The fans have been incredible, and if we can have anything like we did last season, I know results kind of does it for yourself. If we're getting the right results, the fans will be there in abundance, and will sing your praises and stuff like that. So as players, we've got to just try and knuckle down, get our heads going, and hopefully the Agba crowd will get behind us.